Welcome back, everybody. This is the Charity Stripe Commentary. Your host for tonight, Sean. I'm joined by the ever present in the NBA sphere, Trey Hill. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
Not too bad. Second night in a row. This time for the CSC. We did some hoop social yesterday. I enjoyed that a lot. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. We did save a topic though for this one because we wanted to run it on CSC, our home place with our home people. So I'm excited for this one. I'm excited to rant and rave a little bit more about the NBA Cup and all of the haters and how dumb the haters are. And yeah, I'm just excited, man.
No, it's great. I'm excited as well. I thought it was going to be a good show, and then something dropped today that we'll get into later. That just I was smiling from ear to ear when it dropped.
It's been such a good day for a lot of Eastern Conference teams, including the Celtics, and they've done nothing. But man, has it been a good day for the Celtics. I'm just going to play the little sound thing.
The two Jays smoking that Philadelphia pack tonight.
Definitely. That is definitely what is happening tonight. After what Embiid said, and he said a lot with a little bit of words.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly. But we'll save that one for later. Did you want to go the 3-on-3, or did you want to go the NBA Cup first? Where did you want to start?
Let's do the 3-on-3. So the WNBA, they're going to do, in their offseason, they're going to do a 3-on-3. But in my head, I'm like, okay, let's replace the All-Star game and let's do 3-on-3. So you got 30 guys, but you got to draft 10 captains. So what we're going to do is we're going to draft the 10 captains. Now, before we do this, I had an idea. What do you think about just guaranteeing the number one pick a captain spot every year?
The number
just
one
to highlight
pick?
young talent.
That's actually I really like that.
And his team has to be rookie or sophomore. Like it has to be rookie or sophomores with his team.
Yeah. So he's limited to what he can draft. I really like that because when I was going through this, I was like, what if we made the last 10 number one picks the
yeah, that's a good one too. But man, I don't know, how long has it been since Anthony Bennett was drafted number one? Has it been long enough?
No, yeah, I think it will just have been long enough. Just 2024 is the cutoff. This year, if they did that, he would have been one of the 10 captains.
Well, let's assume they're not doing that and they're drafting. We've already got Victor, and he's already got like Paolo and Chet, and they're just going to be the longest team ever for them. But of the other 9, I feel like there are some obvious ones. You've got LeBron, you've got Curry, you've got Durant. That's 3 right there.
Are we sure Durant should be a captain, though?
I mean, even if you don't think he should, we all know if this happened, he would be a captain.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking like captain, one of the things I thought of was like, what if we did the 10 best point guards and they were the captains? And then they had to fill out their team from there. But yeah, no, Kevin Durant.
But then all 10 teams will have to have point guards, and I think honestly, if I was drafting a team, I wouldn't have a point guard because I want that size.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, so you have those 3.
Okay, so do you have any other creative ideas on how we would do the 10?
No, I think
you said number 1 overall picks. You've said top 10 point guards.
No, I like how they'll obviously do this.
Do we want to do 5 American, 5 foreign?
No, we don't have to do that. Just the 10.
We can do
the
all
9 best
things,
with the number 1 pick. 9 best with the number 1 pick is usually what I would say.
Okay, so we've got 4 then. If you will give me Durant.
Yeah, and then you've got Giannis and Jokic.
Yep,
obviously.
So there's your 6. Who are you going with next?
This is where it got a little dicey. So we got do we want to cheat and make the number 1 pick from the previous year? I'm just
no. Okay. But What about Dame?
I had
I
him
think
there.
I
Yeah.
think Dame is someone I want on this list. I want Dame as a captain.
Mhm.
Can we
Are
get
people
Ja?
going to be clamoring for Luca?
No, I want Ja.
You want Jaw as a captain?
No, no, he's definitely not. I think Luca would be one. So we're at what, 8 now?
7, I think.
7. Okay.
Did we take Jaw?
No, I'm not doing Ja. So LeBron, Curry, Durant, Wemby.
7. We're at 7. Oh, plus
Okay.
Wemby. Yeah, I keep forgetting. I don't have him down. Yeah, Wemby. So yeah, we're at 8. So we need 2 more.
Probably missing somebody obvious, but
So Joel.
yeah, Embiid, and Tatum or Butler. I guess Butler maybe since he just went to the finals.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you imagine Caleb's reaction when he hears Tatum is not picked as one of the team captains? Oh man, Wemby stealing that spot.
He did. He really did. It's like Tatum's next man out.
Right, and if the Celtics had beat the Heat in the playoffs last year, then maybe we'd have them ahead. But here we are.
But honestly, Jimmy Butler in a 3-on-3 tournament,
I think that would be a lot of
one
fun.
pick. He would have been the number 1 pick from the captains, whoever had it.
And we know Tatum's getting drafted anyway, so he's one of the 30. But I think that's a solid 10. I like the idea of having a young group in there. I think that's fun. And I think it'd be a lot more fun to watch than the All-Star game the way it is. So
yeah, they do that in the NHL. They do 3-on-3 tournaments.
All right, so let's get weird with it. Let's pretend it's not part of the All-Star game. Let's say the Saudi, the investment funds, all these overseas investment funds, they're like, all right, we own golf. We want to do it the 3-on-3. We want to do the 3-on-3 in the offseason like the women are doing. How much money do they have to pay these guys to do a 3-on-3 tournament that runs during summer league? Like right now, like around the same time. So they do a 3-on-3 now, and then they'd still have a couple, a month or so, a month and a half before the season. I guess 2 months. I got a good 2 months, but yeah. So how much would they have to pay them? Like $500 million?
I'd say at least their annual salary.
Yeah, you think it? You don't think they charge?
Oh, they'll ask
premium
for more because they'll ask for more because the Saudis are willing to pay more. Like I think if you gave them
it cuts out on that vacation,
salary,
that wear and tear. Just I think if they came in and said, "Hey, we'll give you $500 million. You can split it with your other 2 people, however you want to split it, but here's your $500 million. Come do this league with us for the next 5. So for the next 5 years, so $100 million per year for 3 guys. Like I think that's probably about what the price would be. Yeah. And then it's a real conversation.
Yeah, if golfers are getting that, then I don't see why an NBA player wouldn't.
Right. So I think it would be cool. It'd be like the big 3 on steroids. And they're coming to Charlotte, and sadly I'm going to miss them because I'm going to a wrestling show instead. But the big 3 is still a thing, and apparently it's still thriving in this day and age.
No, you've got the basketball tournament, TBT, that has some good crowds and some good coverage as well. People like basketball. They just want more and more basketball.
Well, you say that, but people are just crapping all over the NBA Cup. People think it's the dumbest thing. There's no point. Players aren't going to care. And it's just the dumbest thing they've ever done. The funniest thing, though, about this, Sean, is what's going on right now? Summer League. Where is Summer League? Vegas. Are there any more pointless games than Summer League?
No.
Also, I don't know if you know this. It's 115 degrees in Vegas right now, but you still have the NBA world flocking. Like they are flocking to Vegas in 115 degrees to watch Victor Wembanyama play 2 games, 20 minutes apiece. And that's what they're there for, because we love basketball. We love to watch these guys play because they're competitive, because even though it's not the regular season, we love to watch them play. We'd watch them in the Pro-Am. Like, we watched LeBron and DeMar team up. So if they're willing to go to Vegas in 115-degree heat for this, why wouldn't someone in the middle of December, when it's gorgeous in Vegas, want to go for 4 or 5 days, watch 2 regular season games that count very much towards the regular season, and then the championship game where it might be competitive with the Stars, but even if the Stars aren't playing, like if the Grizzlies make it and Marcus Smart is playing, do you think Marcus Smart isn't going to try to win that game? And honestly, if I'm a fan of the team and my team makes it to that championship, even though it doesn't count, the guys who are playing, if they don't bust their ass playing, that's a red flag for me, because why aren't you trying? Why don't you want to win? So, but to me, I really want to point out regular season games in Vegas in the middle of December, 5 for a week. This is the perfect little getaway right before Christmas. The weather's great. The games matter. Do people not realize this? Is that like, do they not understand how great of a nice little mini vacation this is going to be?
I think they just need to see it. We all hate change until it happens, and then we learn to accept it. That's basically inflation in a nutshell. And I think it's a great idea. I love it. It's, you're copying the soccer model, the football model.
You're also Canadian, so you're not as prone to hate anything and everything like we are down here.
Well, I like the Tuesday and Friday schedule because it gives you something to look forward to on those days. I think this will be for the teams around the play-in. This is their thing, just like with those lower cups in the FA and stuff like that in England. It's the lower teams that are just trying to win that because it's a little extra sponsorship money. It's a little extra this. And you don't think some guys on two ways want to win, what is it, like $500,000 each?
I feel like, so with it being the schedule the way it is, the league will probably try and get them to not rest guys on those days and to do the rest on other days. And I kind of expect the regular season games, they won't, like, people won't really tune in for them. They might not get amped up for them, but we know when they are. We understand the process. And as it gets down, like, to the nitty gritty, okay, you got to win these games to get in. Then at the end, I think people will care. I don't think people will tune in that first week, but I think that last week when the stakes are very clear, if this team wins, they go get a week in Vegas. So, I think that's when people will tune in, is towards the end of the group play. And then again, single elimination games that are regular season games in Vegas. I can't imagine that being a bad thing.
No, it's going to be fine, and everybody's going to like it. We're going to look back at all the negativity that people have and just laugh at it. And
that's why we are screaming from the rooftops how much we love it. So we are on wax 100% for it.
No, it's going to be great.
Idiots.
Idiots.
Cold
You've got
iron.
The teams that play their Christmas game, and then this is for the teams that don't have the Christmas game. This is their time to shine.
Oh, like I fully expect it to be the good teams making this too, because the good teams just win more often than they lose. But even if it is the good teams, who cares? Like, fun basketball is fun basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I think would be fun? If Joel Embiid got traded.
So that's the Philadelphia player that's going to get traded.
Oh, I mean, I think Harden's getting moved first, and then Embiid might be on his way out at the trade deadline.
So where's Daryl's 2 stars coming from those trades?
I don't know, but I've got the clip. Do you want me to play it before we start talking Embiid?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Your brain, but what can we look forward from Joel Embiid?
I just want to win a championship.
whatever it takes. I don't know where that's going to be, whether it's in Philly or, everywhere else. I just want to have a chance to accomplish that. I want to see what it feels like to win that first one and then you can think about, the next one. It's not easy.
He wants a chance to feel what it's like to win a championship, whether it's in Philadelphia or somewhere else.
Everywhere else.
Or
He said
everywhere
everywhere else. So everyone has a shot.
So he's not going to pull a Dame Lillard.
No.
Oh,
he could go to Toronto. He could go to Portland.
It's funny though. So before the podcast, I asked Sean, I'm like, okay, are there teams that I'm not thinking of that could go for Embiid? And he's like, oh no, I don't think. And as soon as we get on the air, he's like, how about the Raptors?
I was just thinking about it, but I just thought of the Portland one. Philly gets Scoot back. They keep Dame. They get Embiid. Now he's in the West.
So you want to send Scoot to Philly for Embiid? I mean, is he going to be okay riding the bench behind point guard Tyrese Maxey, who they said they wouldn't trade elite Michael Jordan and LeBron for? Like, are you sure Scoot's going to be okay playing beside Maxey?
It doesn't matter. I'm Daryl Morey. I'm just putting stuff together. I'm putting players on a team, whether they actually fit together or not. That's not how I roll. But what if I ask for Shaedon Sharpe as well?
I mean, I think that would be a pretty good deal. And then you could ship Harden off to the Clippers or the Suns or wherever else.
We'll even take Nurkic.
But I like that one. That one would infuriate Marcus and the rest of the Heat fan base, because then Dame is not coming. He's sticking around in Portland and playing with Embiid instead of them being the ones. Now,
but that would be the most contentious championship if they actually won that way. It's like, thanks, Dame.
Oh, that'd be great. No, they would love it. The front office might not like it, but the fans would eat that shit up. I mean, so the Heat's best case scenario, they get Dame without trading Caleb Martin or the rookie they just drafted. And then they trade Martin, the rookie, and Bam for Embiid. And then they get Dame, Butler, and Embiid.
That would be insane.
Because he loves Miami. He loves Butler. Bam is still super young. He's super durable. He's going to be around. Caleb Martin, everybody loves, and everybody loves that new rookie. Yeah. It's funny. Like, 1 second, it's the Heat losing everything that they've been building towards, and on the other hand, it's like they get everything they've wanted and more. So it's quite the roller coaster Pat Riley's got.
It's the Heatles 2.0.
Not 1, not 2, not 3. Oh, man. Can we get the concert too?
Yeah, that was so ridiculous.
Oh, man, I saw on something, it was like the anniversary of that not too long ago, and I know he won titles there, but I hated that version of LeBron. Just such a douche. I'm glad he didn't come to Chicago.
Yeah, that was a pretty rough time for LeBron. It was, yeah. Did you have anything else that you wanted to get into, Trey?
No, I really just wanted to rant some more about the Summer League. So,
what did you think about Cam Whitmore getting MVP?
I mean, it's good that he's getting his awards in now, because his knees aren't going to work in 5 years, is what they tell me. So, it's Brandon Roy all over again. He's amazing, but he gets, he's not going to last that long. So I'm glad that he's so clearly a player, because if his time is as limited as they think, I'm glad he's going to be able to get on the floor and contribute and that sort of thing. I do want, so the group, when they go from group to the tournament, the first set of games is not in Vegas, and then they go to Vegas. For me, have that first, so all 8 teams go to Vegas, and then if you win and till the end, you get a full week in Vegas. Otherwise, you get shipped out to go play games elsewhere. But a whole week instead of just the 5 days. Boom. That's even better.
I just have a feeling they're thinking it's a logistical nightmare trying to figure out like last minute who's going where after that quarterfinal game.
All of those, yeah, because they're already going to have, I think, the logistics for the other teams. They're going to have them ready to figure out. But
let's get them started small.
Yeah, they've got a good plan. I'm really happy with the format they came out with, like you mentioned, the Tuesdays and Fridays. And anyone who is on the fence about it, just remember, like, things matter to people. If things don't matter to you, they still matter to other people. And eventually that shit builds up and moments happen. And 10 years from now, after we have some moments to look back on, maybe some game-winning shots and stuff, that some taunting from being eliminated, and there are more stakes, I think it's going to build into something cool. And one more thing. What do you think about them calling it the Stern Cup? I think it's fucking ridiculous.
We can't do that.
I love David Stern. He's a huge asshole. I'm also an asshole. Like, but is there anything that man would have hated more than this tournament?
Then maybe we want to name it the Stern Cup.
But like name the Larry O'Brien Trophy after David Stern. Like, just change it and make this the Larry O'Brien Cup or something. Because Stern was all like, or make up something else for Stern. But to me, calling it the Commissioner's Cup.
Just call it the Commissioner's Cup.
I mean, that's good too. To me, when they talk about calling it the Stern Cup, I understand why they want to honor him. He did so much for the league, but man, I just feel like he would hate this tournament. He would just like he is looking up, pissed off like a motherfucker. All right,
it's like
I waited till the very end to start cussing, so I had to get it out.
He'd probably be like, "Why don't we have a team in Vegas already?"
I mean, I think they're getting there, but so you got Summer League, you've got this in-season tournament. They're going to have more things. I think Vegas and Seattle are going to be the two places that get the teams in a couple years because they're definitely expanding. They've pretty well confirmed it. So
nice.
But this is like the trial run for Vegas, and I'm excited. I like basketball. It's a crazy thing. I like basketball.
How dare you? How dare you like basketball, Trey? It's only a Canadian national sport. But thanks for coming out tonight. It was great talking to you, Trey. Check us out at the Hoop Social on YouTube, at Hoop Social on the TikTok, at Hoop_Social on Twitter. Good night.